The underground facility beneath the Nevada desert was a marvel of human engineering, hidden from the world's prying eyes. Yoon Ha-eun walked slowly between massive steel bulkheads, her fingers trailing along the smooth surfaces of the most advanced technological marvel humanity had ever created. The UES Prometheus loomed before her, a supercarrier that defied every conventional understanding of space technology. Its hull gleamed with a metallic sheen that seemed to absorb and reflect light in impossible ways. Most of the world's governments believed such a vessel was impossible, but the International Defense Council knew better. For years, scientists and engineers had worked in absolute secrecy. They gathered technologies from hidden research facilities, breakthrough laboratories, and classified military projects. Every component of the Prometheus represented humanity's most advanced capabilities. Quantum computing systems that could process entire star maps in milliseconds, adaptive shield technologies that could transform incoming energy into defensive power, and propulsion systems that could fold space itself. Ha-eun remembered the early days of the project. Many had thought it was pure science fiction. How could humans create a vessel capable of challenging advanced alien civilizations? But the intelligence reports had been clear. Something was coming. The galaxy was not the peaceful place humanity had imagined. The facility's environmental controls maintained a constant temperature, keeping the immense vessel in perfect condition. Hundreds of technicians moved silently, completing final calibrations and running last-minute system checks. Each person understood the weight of their mission. Near the main control center, holographic displays showed complex system integrations. Power conduits mapped out like neural networks, connecting every section of the massive ship. The quantum drive, the heart of the Prometheus, sat at the center, a compact unit that could generate more energy than entire planetary power grids. Senior Technical Officer Park Sung-min approached Ha-eun, his tablet displaying multiple system readiness reports. "We're at 99.7% operational status," he said quietly. His eyes reflected a mixture of excitement and nervous anticipation. The Prometheus was more than a weapon. It was humanity's insurance policy, a hidden guardian designed to protect Earth from potential extraterrestrial threats. Its existence was known to fewer than 50 people worldwide, including top military commanders and select government officials. Specialized materials developed in secret laboratories covered the ship's exterior. These weren't just ordinary metals or composites. They were adaptive camouflage systems that could blend with surrounding space, making the vessel virtually invisible to conventional and advanced scanning technologies. Ha-eun walked toward the main bridge, her footsteps echoing through the massive internal structure. Holographic interfaces flickered to life as she approached, displaying intricate system diagnostics and potential combat scenarios. The ship's artificial intelligence, nicknamed Guardian, was learning and adapting with every simulation. The bridge itself was a marvel of ergonomic design. Multiple stations allowed for comprehensive ship management, with redundant systems ensuring that even if multiple sections were compromised, the Prometheus could still operate at peak efficiency. Each control panel represented years of research and development. Sung-min pulled up a star chart, highlighting potential threat zones. "The preliminary models suggest we're prepared for multiple engagement scenarios," he explained. His fingers danced across the holographic interface, rotating complex three-dimensional representations of potential alien fleet configurations. What made the Prometheus truly unique was its ability to transform. Unlike traditional spacecraft, this vessel could reconfigure its internal and external structures based on tactical requirements. Weapon systems could emerge from seemingly smooth hull sections, and entire sections could be sealed or opened within seconds. As Ha-eun completed her final inspection, she understood the true significance of their work. This wasn't just a technological achievement. It was humanity's first real step into becoming a genuine galactic power. The Prometheus represented hope, preparation, and the extraordinary potential of human innovation. The facility's massive doors could seal the entire supercarrier in moments, protecting humanity's most significant technological achievement. Everything was ready. Whatever challenges the universe might bring, Earth would be prepared if the alien fleet arrived without warning. Massive ships emerged from hyperspace, casting long shadows across Earth's orbital zone. Their design was angular and menacing, reflecting centuries of imperial conquest. Admiral Kim Jae-sung watched the holographic displays with calm precision. Radar systems tracked the approaching vessels, each one larger than most human cities. The alien command structure believed Earth was another simple conquest, another civilization to be added to their expanding empire. They were wrong. Communication channels crackled with alien language. Translated messages demanded immediate surrender. The aliens spoke with a tone of absolute certainty, describing humanity's future as a resource extraction colony. Their broadcasts suggested humans were primitive, technologically inferior, and completely unprepared for interstellar conflict. Inside the hidden control center, military strategists exchanged quiet glances. Years of preparation had led to this moment. The alien fleet moved with mathematical precision, spreading into standard invasion formation, a technique that had subjugated hundreds of civilizations across the galaxy. Orbital tracking stations monitored every movement. Hundreds of alien ships surrounded Earth, their weapon systems charging. Energy signatures suggested massive destructive capabilities. Most planetary defenses would have been obliterated within minutes. But the Prometheus was not most planetary defenses. Deep within its hidden launch bay, the Supercarrier remained perfectly still. Its adaptive camouflage made it invisible to conventional and advanced scanning technologies. The ship's artificial intelligence, Guardian, processed incoming data with lightning speed. Admiral Jae-sung spoke 3 simple words: activate Protocol Omega. Across the globe, military installations that appeared dormant suddenly hummed with unexpected energy. Satellite networks repositioned themselves. Communication systems that seemed standard transformed into complex tracking and coordination platforms. The alien fleet began its initial assault. Massive energy weapons charged, preparing to eliminate Earth's orbital infrastructure. They expected minimal resistance, a quick and efficient conquest. Guardian analyzed the incoming threat with cold, mathematical precision. Probability models calculated potential engagement scenarios. Each alien ship's movement was tracked, predicted, and countered milliseconds before action. Suddenly, space itself seemed to ripple. The Prometheus emerged not with dramatic explosions or traditional weapon deployments, but with calculated, precise movements. Its quantum-fold propulsion system allowed it to appear almost instantaneously, defying conventional understanding of spatial movement. Alien command structures registered shock. Their advanced scanning systems had detected nothing moments before. Now, an impossible vessel materialized directly within their invasion formation. The first exchange of weapons happened faster than human eyes could track. Adaptive shield systems absorbed incoming alien energy, redirecting it with surgical precision. The Prometheus moved like liquid metal, transforming and reconfiguring its structure with each millisecond of engagement. Alien ships began to disappear. Not destroyed, simply removed from existence. The Prometheus demonstrated technological capabilities so advanced they seemed like magic. Each alien vessel was systematically neutralized, its energy systems completely disabled without traditional explosive destruction. Communication intercepts revealed pure panic. The invasion fleet's rigid command structure collapsed within minutes. Strategies that had worked for centuries became useless against an opponent they could not understand or predict. Admiral Jae-sung watched the engagement with professional detachment. Humanity had been preparing for this moment for decades. Every technological breakthrough, every secret research project, had led to this single moment of confrontation. As quickly as it began, the engagement ended. Where hundreds of alien warships had been moments before, only empty space remained. The Prometheus returned to its hidden position, its existence known only to a select few. Earth had sent a message to the galaxy. Humanity was not a victim. Humanity was not a resource to be exploited. Humanity was a force to be respected. The unexpected confrontation was over. But the real story was just beginning. The alien response came swiftly. Within days, a second invasion fleet assembled, larger, more aggressive, and determined to crush the unexpected human resistance. This time, they brought weapons that had decimated countless civilizations across the galaxy. Captain Park Dong-hyuk stood on the bridge of the Prometheus, his eyes fixed on the holographic displays. Guardian, the ship's artificial intelligence, processed incoming threat data with inhuman speed. Every sensor, every system was prepared for the coming battle. The alien fleet approached with calculated aggression. Their ships were massive technological marvels, each vessel representing centuries of military engineering. Weapon systems charged with enough energy to obliterate entire planetary systems. They believed their technological superiority was absolute. They were wrong. As the first wave of alien ships entered Earth's outer orbital zone, the Prometheus shifted. Its adaptive hull transformed, revealing weapon systems that defied traditional understanding of space combat. Quantum targeting computers tracked multiple targets simultaneously, predicting movement patterns before the aliens themselves knew their next action. The initial engagement lasted 17 minutes. Quantum-fold weapons struck with impossible precision. Instead of traditional energy blasts or missile systems, the Prometheus used advanced technology that could literally remove matter from existence. Alien ships didn't explode, they simply ceased to exist, their molecular structures completely disrupted. Guardian analyzed and countered each alien tactical approach in milliseconds. Where traditional military systems would require complex decision-making processes, the Prometheus's AI could process entire battle scenarios before human commanders could blink. Communication intercepts revealed complete chaos within the alien command structure. Their long-established invasion protocols collapsed under the weight of human technological supremacy. Strategies that had worked for hundreds of years became obsolete in moments. Captain Dong-hyuk remained calm. Years of training and preparation had led to this moment. The Prometheus was more than a weapon, it was a statement of human potential. Each system, each technological breakthrough represented humanity's collective scientific achievement. Adaptive shield technologies absorbed incoming alien weapon systems, converting destructive energy into additional power for the ship's quantum drive. What would have destroyed conventional spacecraft became additional fuel for the Prometheus. The alien fleet's second wave approached with increased desperation. They launched weapons that had broken the resistance of countless civilizations. Massive energy cascades that could strip planetary surfaces became nothing more than harmless light shows against the Prometheus's defensive systems. Smaller support vessels attempted complicated flanking maneuvers. Guardian predicted and countered each approach before the aliens could complete their tactical movements. It was like watching a grandmaster chess player defeat multiple opponents simultaneously. Technological supremacy wasn't just about weapon power. It was about understanding, adaptation, and the ability to transform potential threats into opportunities. The Prometheus represented humanity's most advanced thinking, a vessel that could learn, adapt, and overcome in real time. As the battle continued, alien communication channels filled with confusion and terror. Their advanced scanning systems couldn't comprehend the human vessel. Traditional weapon tracking became useless. The Prometheus moved like liquid metal, changing configuration faster than light could travel. Within hours, the entire invasion fleet had been neutralized. Not destroyed through traditional combat, but systematically removed from the battlefield. The Prometheus returned to its hidden position, its existence known only to a select few. Earth had sent a message to the galaxy. Humanity was not a victim. Humanity was not a resource to be exploited. Humanity was a technological force that could not be underestimated. The second invasion attempt had failed. And the galaxy would never be the same. Somewhere in the vast darkness of space, other civilizations watched. And they understood that everything had changed. The news spread like wildfire across conquered star systems. Whispers of human resistance traveled faster than official communication channels. Civilizations that had lived under alien imperial control for generations suddenly found hope. Captain Lee Jinwoo stood on the Prometheus's bridge, watching holographic displays of galactic communication networks. Each intercepted message revealed growing unrest among subjugated species. The alien empire's myth of invincibility had been shattered by humanity's unexpected technological breakthrough. On distant planets, oppressed civilizations began to discuss resistance. Species that had forgotten what freedom meant now remembered their ancestral dreams of independence. The Prometheus became more than a weapon, it became a symbol of possibility. Guardian, the ship's artificial intelligence, began tracking communication patterns. Subtle shifts in alien communication suggested growing internal conflicts. The Imperial command structure that had remained unchanged for centuries now showed signs of fracturing. The Prometheus moved strategically through contested star systems. Each appearance was calculated, designed to inspire hope while demonstrating technological superiority. Captain Jinwoo understood they were fighting more than a military battle, they were fighting a psychological war. Alien communication logs revealed increasing panic. The Imperial leadership struggled to maintain control. Reports of internal rebellions multiplied across multiple star sectors. Civilizations that had been docile for generations now began testing their oppressors' defenses. On a small mining planet, workers used outdated mining equipment to disable Imperial Guard stations. On a research colony, scientists repurposed communication systems to coordinate resistance movements. The human example had given them courage. The Prometheus intercepted and redistributed communication signals, helping isolated resistance groups connect. Guardian analyzed communication patterns, identifying weak points in the Imperial control structure. Each transmission was a calculated move in a complex strategic game. Imperial response teams attempted to crush these emerging rebellions. But their tactics, developed over centuries of unchallenged dominance, became increasingly ineffective. The subjugated species had learned from humanity's example: adaptation was the key to survival. Captain Jinwoo watched as entire star systems began to shift. What had started as a human defense became a galactic liberation movement. The Prometheus moved silently, providing strategic support without direct intervention. Humanity had become the spark, but the fire of rebellion would be lit by those who had suffered the longest. Communication intercepts revealed the spreading panic. Imperial leadership argued about response strategies. Their once unified command structure began to crack. Centuries of absolute control had made them vulnerable to unexpected resistance. On distant planets, species began to remember their own histories. Ancient technologies were rediscovered. Resistance groups shared information, learning from each other's successes and failures. The human demonstration of technological possibility had changed everything. The Prometheus became a legend. Stories spread of a ship that could appear and disappear at will, a vessel that represented hope for the hopeless. Captain Jinwoo understood the power of symbolism. Each strategic appearance was carefully calculated to maximum psychological effect. Guardian processed millions of communication signals simultaneously. The AI tracked rebellion movements, identified potential support networks, and helped coordinate resistance efforts. What had begun as a defensive mission was transforming into something much larger. Imperial control began to fracture. Star systems that had been under continuous occupation for generations now challenged their oppressors. The myth of Imperial invincibility crumbled with each successful resistance movement. Captain Jinwoo knew they were witnessing something historical. This was more than a military conflict. This was a fundamental shift in galactic power structures. Humanity had become an unexpected catalyst for change. As the Prometheus moved silently through contested star systems, hope spread. Civilizations long forgotten remembered their potential. The galaxy was changing, one rebellion at a time. The Imperial leadership would never be the same. Humanity had shown that resistance was possible. And the fight for freedom had only just begun. The Imperial capital world burned. Centuries of unchallenged control collapsed in mere weeks. Resistance movements, inspired by humanity's unexpected technological demonstration, coordinated their final assault with surgical precision. Admiral Kim Hye-jin watched the holographic displays aboard the Prometheus. Millions of liberated species fought simultaneously, their combined technological knowledge transforming decades of oppression into a moment of unprecedented rebellion. Guardian, the ship's artificial intelligence, tracked every communication channel. The Imperial communication networks dissolved like paper in water. What had seemed impossible months ago now became reality. Humanity had become more than a defensive force, they were galactic liberators. Alien diplomatic representatives began requesting meetings with human leadership. The international council that had secretly supported the Prometheus's development now found themselves at the center of a massive geopolitical transformation. On Earth, scientists and military strategists worked overtime. The Prometheus had become more than a weapon system. It represented humanity's first genuine step into complex galactic diplomacy. Every communication, every interaction required careful strategic consideration. The liberated civilizations brought unexpected gifts. Technological innovations from species that had been oppressed for generations now flowed into human research centers. Quantum computing techniques, energy manipulation technologies, and advanced propulsion systems became shared knowledge. Admiral Hygiene understood the delicate balance. Humanity couldn't become another oppressive force. Their role was to provide support, not to control. The Prometheus would serve as a peacekeeping platform, ensuring no single civilization could dominate others. Diplomatic meetings revealed complex galactic histories. Species that had been enemies for generations now found common ground. The human approach, strategic cooperation instead of absolute control, became a new model of interstellar interaction. Guardian analyzed thousands of potential diplomatic scenarios. The AI's quantum processing allowed for unprecedented conflict resolution strategies. Where traditional diplomatic approaches would take months, human-alien negotiations now happened in days. Research centers on Earth worked around the clock. Each recovered alien technology was carefully studied, understood, and then shared. The international scientific community transformed into a truly global and now galactic research network. The imperial leadership that survived the rebellion were put on trial. Not by humans, but by the civilizations they had oppressed. Justice became a collective process, with humanity serving as neutral observers. Quantum communication networks expanded. Species that had been isolated for generations now could share knowledge instantly. Cultural exchanges happened at unprecedented speeds. Art, music, scientific understanding began to flow between civilizations. The Prometheus continued its strategic patrols. Not as a weapon of war, but as a symbol of potential cooperation. Each appearance in a star system represented hope, technological possibility, and the promise of mutual understanding. Human diplomatic teams learned complex alien communication protocols. Translation systems developed by Guardian allowed for nuanced, detailed conversations that went beyond simple language translation. Cultural context became as important as words. Earth transformed. The secret facilities that had developed the Prometheus became international research centers. Scientists from liberated civilizations worked alongside human researchers. Technological breakthroughs happened daily. Admiral Hygiene recognized the historical significance of their mission. Humanity had not conquered the galaxy, they had opened it. The Prometheus represented a new approach to interstellar relations, cooperation instead of control. Alien species began visiting Earth. Cultural exchange programs emerged. Universities developed new departments focused on galactic anthropology, interspecies communication, and collaborative technological development. The galaxy would never be the same. What had begun as a defensive action had transformed into a new model of civilization interaction. Humanity had become an unexpected catalyst for change. As the Prometheus moved silently through star systems, it carried a simple message: no civilization stands alone. No species is truly isolated. Cooperation is the most advanced technology of all. The first chapter of humanity's galactic story had been written. And the next chapters promised to be even more extraordinary.